Hello friends, welcome back to Spoonfull. My name is Lauren and today we're going to go over a day in the life of homeschooling with one child. So the garden is not completely over. We still have food growing in it and we will get back to it on a weekly basis. I'm not tipping into the garden every couple of days now that it's fall. But our days are filled and getting busy with something that tends to have more priority, which is the education of our child. And so I wanted to show what it's like to educate just one child at home. People will think it's right, free range, wildness. No, we have some structure to our day. And that structure allows for my son to get all that he has to get done and leave lots of room for all the fun things that he ever wants to do. That is the bonus and the benefit of home education. He gets to spend more time doing all the extracurricular that he loves, building his desires, going on his God-given talents. And this little kid of mine has a God-given talent that has already shown his face early in life. So come along and see exactly what we do for a day. This will be a typical day, and we kick it off right after breakfast. Let's go. Okay, so this is a good map. We're going to create one similar to this. We start our mornings off at the breakfast table. Once we clear our plates, then we start discussing all kind of topics for the day. Today, we've already gotten into the Word and we read a Bible verse that he is studying for a children's group he's a part of. Now we are talking about colonial America. We will share a fun day that we've had in Jamestown when we took a trip over there a couple days ago. But now we're reading about what life was possibly like for them from a book side. He got to see it in a replica, and now we're looking at it in a book. We typically will pull out a social studies or a science reader right after breakfast time so that he gets sort of a taste of what we're going to get into later that day. It allows for him to ease into his school morning. Another ease is definitely done via puzzles and his morning binder, which used to be on a board. But now he finds it easier that it's in a binder. We pull that right out. So we will finish on with our morning basket work before we get into something fun. This is an old version of the Abeka Health Manners and Safety book, and we are concentrating on jump roping. I think it's so much fun for children to learn how to actually move their bodies and get some movement in, and some of the typical old-fashioned things we did back in the 90s and the 80s. So my son is asking me to jump rope for him and show him how to do it. I was trying to keep it kind of simple because, I can crisscross and do one foot and all kind of things. So he's like, I'm going to get better than you, Mom. Knock your socks off, son. I want to see it. After moving around, we finally head over to the desk in which he is completing his own sentence and creative handwriting. We make sure to add in writing every single morning just for a few minutes to get those juices flowing. Now we're moving on into spelling words, trying to teach him column versus row as he writes his numbers in columns, and then he can start to add his spelling words down the list. He is doing an excellent job. Now on to one of my favorite subjects, which is mathematics. We're covering information on the ruler, inches and centimeters. We have already done centimeters and now we are teaching inches. And his workbook has some fun activities in it that helps color coordinate things. But we are bouncing between two curriculums. You see math, you see worksheet there, and then that is a Singapore textbook. So we bounce between the both of those on the same subjects to give him more practice. And I noticed with children, they have to learn not only the concept you're teaching, but the definition of words that you're applying, as well as how to do the math for it. So it's 3 portions to teaching any math concept. So we try our best to take our time. That's why I bounce between the 2 textbooks to make sure that he has plenty of practice and plenty of use of that word. And of course, he got the fun way of measuring his own foot in inches. During the break time between math and language arts, I allow him to play with toys, I allow him to do whatever he's interested. And then today he is drawing a Pokemon character.
Someday.
Okay, so if the GH and the PH both say sound, let's see if we can read these words. What's the first one?
The first one is
in the blue box.
In the blue box. Tough.
Tough. Good job. TOUGH. Rhythm. Do you know there is a difference between a rhythm and a schedule? A rhythm is no matter what time something is finished, you're moving on to the very next concept, the very next task. With a schedule, you are clock bound. And we are not as clock bound on the days we're home as much as we follow a routine. We do morning baskets, physical movement, games, activities, move over into math, relax, and then follow up with language arts. That rhythm allows for him to know what comes next. Rhythms also prevent things from being skipped. Children are able to do the next task no matter when it is happening. And that's why we love to do the rhythm method. Now that we're done with the core, we're heading into lunchtime, in which my son will get to draw. In this case, he was trying to draw a character on TV. We'll move into social studies when lunch is over and pick up the storybook that we were reading from breakfast time. And we'll do a art activity if he pleases, which he usually does because art is his thing. But that's it. That is how his day has flowed through. So there you have it. That is what a typical day looks like for my son. He is going to rock out the rest of the day drawing, maybe painting if he feels like it. He'll pull out his Legos and he'll get into building something that he desires. Go outside and play even more. It's all up to him. The day is his because he does not have such a long school day. So encouragement for you guys. If you're homeschooling just one kid or even 2 kids and they might be, close in age, just know that you're not alone. There's other people out there doing the exact same thing. Find that structure that works for your home. Find that rhythm that makes the day flow so easy and just lean into that structure. Almost every day mimics the same for us unless we have to leave the home to go do something. And then we also have a co-op that we're part of that brings his own chaos to its own day. He is in organizations and activities in the evening time. So that is like right around dinner time. But this is what day looks like leading up until about 3-ish o'clock to 3 o'clock. So I hope you guys have a great day. Stop back by here to see more of what we're doing because guess what? We are cracking into pumpkins real soon. Nice seeing you guys and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.